everybody. Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. But before we get to that, let me just make some apologies. Back in February, I sprayed soda all over my old laptop. And while I thought I cleaned it up good enough, I apparently did not. Throughout the past few months, my old computer was slowly but surely falling apart on me. The keys on the keyboard stopped working. They were sticking. It was really, really bad. And about 2 weeks ago, my camera stopped working, my speaker stopped working, and my ASD keys completely gave out on me. The W key was sticking. Basically, the whole left side of the keyboard stopped working altogether, which was really frustrating and difficult to make work. I've gotten a new laptop now. It's a brand new Alienware. I'm very happy with it. But the problem is it's Windows 8, and so not everything that I had for the old computer is compatible with the new computer. And since everything costs money, slowly but surely I'm bringing everything back up to par. So you're going to notice some things in the future battle reports that are going to be missing a little bit. For example, the Beast voice. The headset that I use in order to make that voice is not compatible with Windows 8, so I can't change the voices on it anymore, which really sucks. So the Beast voice, until I can figure out a workaround or whatnot, is no longer going to be prevalent in my battle report, which really disappoints me, but I'll still try. Also, you'll see some of the fonts that I use for the words and the little side comments on all the slides is going to be a little different. Not a big deal, but you may notice it and wonder why the change. The fonts aren't the same as they used to be. I'm still working on trying to download those and stuff like that, but I still have all my sound bits. I still have all my music, so all that should be the same. But yep, I'm going to start doing battle reports again, though. That's the reason I wasn't doing them before, because it was impossible. Not having the whole left side of your keyboard, basically Q, E, W, A, S, D, Z, X, C, working whatsoever, makes it really hard to not only upload and do battle reports, but to friggin' do anything, really. So, yeah, but like I said, I should be able to get the battle reports up and out again, so hopefully we'll be able to knock out more of these and get right back on track. But we're going to start with number 127 here. It's a 2,200 point battle. Lord Tremendous of the Warriors of Chaos versus General Balance of the Empire. And this is an older one, just from May 31st, so some of the details might be a little wonky, but I think we can muddle through. Should be a fun little adventure regardless. We'll get right to it, though. Here's my list, and you've seen it a million times, and you'll see it a million more before the GT. I have my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's got the Mark Zinch, his level 4 Wizard. He's got Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, other Trickster Shard, Soul Feeder, Flaming Breath, Scaled Skin, and Allura Metal. My hero choices are my Exalted Hero, Lady Elizabeth. She's got the Marcus Zinch, she's got a Halberd, Chaos Steed, BSB, Helm of Many Eyes, Dawnstone, and Poisonous Slime. And last but not least is my second Exalted Hero, Catastrophe. He's got the Mark Zinch, he's on a Demonic Mount, he's got a Halberd, Shield, Talisman of Preservation, and Third Eye Zinch. My core choices consist of 5 Chaos Warhounds, the Manipulative Mutts, and they are butt naked. I've got 18 Chaos Warriors, Blood Tide, with the Mark of Corn, Halberds, Full Command, and the Banner of Rage, and 15 Forsaken with the Mark of Corn, because I likes me some hatred. My special choices are 5 Chaos Knights with the Mark of Zinch, Ensorcelled Weapons, Banner, Musician, and the Standard of Discipline. And my rare choice, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex Beast. I know it's not to say without the voice, but I do try. And you've got to love the Beast. My opponent's list I did not get. I'm sorry, but because it's a closed list, he doesn't want me spouting it out on the interwebs, and I've got to respect that. Here are my spells, 4 from Metal and 1 from the Beast. Of course, there's no card for the Beast, so you don't get to see a card. And here are my opponent's spells. Well, for his level 4 wizard, he has a level 4 wizard with the Laura Life, and he's got the spells shown here by the dice. And there's his opponent spells for his level 2 wizard, and he's got 2 from the Lord of Death. It looks like Spirit Leech and Purple Sun. Here's deployment, and for the most part, what I was thinking here was my Knights and Catastrophe were going to run up the left flank and deal with that damn steam tank, because if anything was going to be able to deal with it and survive the grinds, it was going to be Catastrophe. If worse came to worse and I had to, I was going to bring the Knights into the steam tank, but I really didn't want to do that. But it was just one of those things like if Catastrophe decided to catch the cannonball and die again, my Knights were my backup choice. Meanwhile, the Dogs, the Corn Warriors, and the Forsaken, we're going to get into any of his infantry as soon as humanly possible and try to butcher them in the worst way possible. And meanwhile, my Beast and my Demon Prince, we're going to head up the right flank, take those Knights out of the equation, and try to get into the Great Swords. I was hoping to get my Demon Prince into the Great Swords because with his BSB in there, and I think he had a caster in there, that would have been just glorious. The Halberd unit and stuff like that, I was pretty confident anything I had was going to be able to take care of them. So that was kind of where I was at with that. If I could take out the bigger bricks, the more threatening bricks, then I'd be able to just mop up with whatever was left, and that was the plan. Here's my opponent's right flank, which consists of that goddamn friggin' steam tank of doom. And here's his center. From left to right, there's a unit of Spearmen, which was a detachment of his Halberd unit, which is right next to them. Inside that unit, he's got a warrior. Inside of the Halberd unit, I'm sorry, he's got his general, a warrior priest, and I believe his level 4 caster. Behind them, he's got his Celestial Hurricanum, and to the R left of the Hurricanum, they're kind of facing it, is the Luminarch. And then on the right side there, you see his Great Swordsman. I believe he's got a Warrior Priest, his level 2 caster, and his BSB in that unit. And here's his left flank, which consists of 5 Inner Circle Knights. Here's my right flank, which consists of my Demon Prince and my Beast. Here's my center, which are my Forsaken, my Corn Warriors, and my Dogs. And my left flank, which is Catastrophe, along with Lady Elizabeth and her unit of Knights. Here's top of one after movement, and I got to go first. Always love going first. And as you can see, I kind of do my patented U formation. My left flank there kind of moves up and gets ready for him to come into my little circle of death, if you will. Semicircle of death, I guess. The Dogs run up to give the Great Swords and the Halberds something to charge. If they hit the Dogs, they're going to kill them. They're going to overrun. And unless they roll like 10 or higher, they're not going to be able to overrun into my Warriors, so that my Knights, my Forsaken, and my Corn Warriors can slam into the Halberd unit and hopefully decimate them in 1 or 2 rounds. Meanwhile, my Beast gets up within 18 inches so he can try to do something funky chicken style to the Inner Circle Knights, and my Demon Prince runs over for any target of opportunity that might decide to present itself to him. During the magic phase, the Beast starts it off right and gets his spell off on the Inner Circle Knights. Unfortunately, the Beast kind of got his orders mixed up in the long run there. He ends up not... I think he only had to take 1 toughness check, which he passed. And he made them cause fear for the rest of the game. So the Beast's heart was in the right place. Unfortunately, his brain was not. But I'll take it. Still love the Beast. And then, because the Demon Prince has to do some things all by himself, he decides to get his final transmutation spell, the big version, off on the Great Swords, and I kill, what is that, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them. I don't think I get any character. I get the unit champion, but I don't get the BSB or any of the other characters, which is unfortunate, but I still killed a third of this brick, so I'm pretty happy about that. Unfortunately, it was an irresistible cast, and I miscast 5. Ugh. The fortunate part about that is it is a miscast 5, but he wounds me, and I'm able to actually make my ward save. So I don't take any wounds. Life is good. It ends my magic phase, but with 11 dead greatswords and a big old stupidity bubble, I'm feeling pretty good about life. So with that, I end my turn, and we go into bottom of 1 after movement. And as you can see, there has been some. The Halberd unit takes the bait with the Dogs and charges in and makes it, which is out flippin' standing. The Inner Circle Knights don't charge, but they move forward to give my Forsaken something to deal with. I honestly don't know what he was thinking when he did that. My Forsaken and my Beast were going to go into those Inner Circle Knights and literally have a field day. He brings his great swords up enough so that my Demon Prince has a potential charge into them, and if not, well, who cares, right? I'm gonna, just end up magicking them then again as much as I can anyway. Meanwhile, his Luminarch and his Celestial Hurricane move up to basically stay in line with the Spearman unit that was stupid thanks to Final Transmutation. And so they, I think, move forward an inch. It wasn't very much. And his Steam Tank comes trundling forward towards my Knights because I guess he wanted to kill a couple of them. There's a better picture of his Halberdiers slamming into my dogs, and that's great. I was so happy to see him take that bait. And there's a better picture of the Spearman unit that was stupid and stumbled forward like an inch or two. It wasn't very far at all. His magic phase is a wash. I'm able to stop it relatively easily. However, his shooting phase is a little bit more complicated. He fires his cannon at my knights. It takes kind of a heavier bounce. It ends up hitting the guy in the back and kills him. Smushes him to tiny, tiny bits, which is fine. One knight as opposed to two, that's pretty good. I'll take that. Meanwhile, in combat over here, shock and horror, the dogs die. They get massacred. Needless to say, he does try to overrun. Click. And as you can see, he does not make it. He rolls like a 7 or an 8, which is about exactly what he should have rolled. And he stops beautifully right in front of my Corn Warriors. He did get just outside of the range of my Forsaken to be able to charge him into the flank, but that's fine because the Forsaken have some Inner Circle Knights that they can't wait to reach out and touch. But with Lady Elizabeth and her Knights and my Corn Warriors getting ready to slam into the Halberdier unit, I was excited in my pants parts. Very, very much so. So, with all the excitement and revelry happening here, we go into top of 2 after movement, and I charge, and it's glorious. I'm actually making charges. From right to left, you can see my Demon Prince made it into the Great Swords, which was huge. The Forsaken and the Beast hit the Inner Circle Knights, which was obvious. My Corn Warriors slam into the Halberdier unit, but Lady Elizabeth's unit does not. She's stupid this round. I rolled like a 10 and then an 11. She failed her stupidity check at a very inopportune time, which is unfortunate, but when do you ever fail a stupidity check when you want to, right? So she stumbled forward like 2-3 inches, and they don't do anything this round. And then Catastrophe slams into the flank of the Steam Tank just to keep him there. With his 2-up armor and 3-up ward, I'm pretty sure that the Steam Tank's not going to be able to do anything to him. And with his strength 6 attacks, I'm hoping he's able to just finish this damn thing by the end of the game. That's my hope. At the very least, that stupid thing isn't moving anywhere. There's a better picture of my Demon Prince slamming into the Great Swords, and it's all over but the crying for them there. Unless something just horrific happens, I know my Demon Prince has those points. He's going to get the BSB, he's going to get the caster, Unit Champion's already dead, so I'm going to issue challenges so that I can put the stupid BSB in the back, or if he sacrifices them to me in order to prolong the unit, that's fine too. Bottom line is, those are rock solid points, and my Demon Prince can't be targeted by cannons or anything else. Not that he has any anymore, but you get my point. Here's a better picture of my Beast and my Forsaken slamming into the Inner Circle Knights, and I'm great happy with this because not only am I winning by a ton of combat res right now with charge and rank and flank, but it's all pretty high, it's decent strength. I know he's got like a 1-up armor save or whatever, and it's going to be hard, but I'm hoping for either armor piercing, poison, or, oh baby, please give me killing blow. That would be awesome. And then over here, my Corn Warriors slam into the Halberdiers, and I was a little nervous because I didn't have my Knight support coming in there. That's a lot of Strength 4 attacks going into my Chaos Warriors, and I knew I had to focus fire on his Warrior Priest before the Halberdiers got to go. If that Warrior Priest was alive, I was hella screwed because they would have had hatred. So that's what I was worried about here, but at the same time, it's close combat. I was really kind of excited about it. And then over here, Catastrophe slamming into the Steam Tank. And again, the whole point was that Steam Tank doesn't go anywhere, doesn't do impact hits. Yeah, he's going to grind, but he's going to grind Catastrophe with a, what is it going to be? It's a 5-up armor and then a 3-up ward, re-rolling ones. As long as I can stay away from that big ugly number 2, I should be okay here. And there's a better picture of Lady Elizabeth and her unit being stupid. Apparently they found the shiny part and then they stumbled forward after it. Good for them. Good for them. During the magic phase, I'm able to get Plague or Rust off on the Inner Circle Knights, which is pretty good. I'm happy about that. It's a permanent -1 to their armor for the rest of the game, and it makes them less sexy, and it makes them easier to wound. And that's what I want. I want to get past the metal and into the flesh. Over here in combat, I believe he sacrifices his Warrior Priest, which I'm fine with. Demon Prince jumps up and down on his face. He dies a horrible, horrible death. Life is good, but they're stubborn and they don't go anywhere. It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's a little frustrating because I got to go through all the speed bumps, but in the end, I'm going to get the desired outcome, and that's what I care about. Over here in combat, I get Slug Brains with the Forsaken, which sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. Always striking last is never what you want to see. However, he flubs spectacularly with his rolls. He ends up killing 1 Forsaken, which I'm perfectly okay with, and the Beast ends up killing 3 of them because he is Epic Beast. And the Forsaken end up taking just 1 wound. Like I said, it's not a big deal. We kill all 5 of these lowlifes. There's literally nothing to pursue. However, the Forsaken are frenzied. They have to overrun, and they don't go anywhere because they literally are an inch away from the Beast. So, yeah, that's how that combat ends, and that's sexy exciting as far as I'm concerned. And then over here in combat, I kill the Warrior Priest. I think I kill his... No, I don't kill his caster because his caster's out of combat, but I get a hold of his Warrior Priest, and I believe my unit champion puts a wound on his general and survives his combat because his general flubs. I lose 3 Chaos Warriors for my trouble from the Halberdiers attacks, but I think I do like 5 or 6 wounds to the Halberdiers. I'm not 100% on that. I end up winning this combat, but they're steadfast and they don't go anywhere. And then over here, I scratch the paint on the tank a little, and I do 1 wound to it. And it's unbreakable, so it doesn't break. Because, yeah, that's what that word means. Yay! So, we go over the top, or I'm sorry, bottom of 2 after movement. And there's a little bit of movement. He kind of advances. I just don't fully understand what he was planning. His spearmen move up. I think he was hoping to attack or have my knights charge a spearman, or maybe countercharge the knights with the spearman. I'm honestly not sure. The Luminarch and the Hurricane move up. They're trying to get the Halberdier unit into that 6-inch bubble so they have a 6 of forward and a +1 weapon skill, or +1 to hit, however that works. And everything else he has is deader in combat, so here's a better picture of his magic phase, where he gets Throne of Vines off on his caster in the Halberdier unit, which is perfectly fine. Other than that, nothing happens, so we go into combat, and as you can see, nothing changes against the Steam Tank. It doesn't do any wounds against me with its grinding. I'm not able to get past this 4-up armor save because he's rolling it out of the box. He actually ends up losing this combat, but he's unbreakable, so it doesn't matter. He takes a leadership check and moves his Steam Tank. He reforms his Steam Tank. Later on, after the game was over, it was pointed out to us that the Steam Tank special rules literally say it doesn't get to do that. So we screwed up. That's our fault. I blame society. But, oh well. You'll see how that works out in the end, but it's not a big deal. I'm going to do a little spoiler here. It doesn't really change the combat at all. I don't break. It doesn't break. So, who cares which way it's facing? Over here in combat, a few more of the Greatsword guys die, which is perfectly fine with me, and they are stubborn and make their stubborn check and poop. Then over here in combat, my Khorne Warriors kill like 11 or 12 Halberdiers guys. It's a beautiful massacre, but they kind of counterdo it a little bit, and I end up losing 5 of my Khorne Warriors. Got to give it up for the Halberdiers. I mean, they were really rolling out of the box here. I think my unit champion dies to his general this turn. But I lose 4 warriors minimum to... I lose 5 warriors. Blah, blah, blah. I lose 5 warriors altogether to his, like, 12. I win this combat, but they're still steadfast. They're still not friggin' going anywhere. I'm really hoping that Lady Elizabeth can get into this combat and turn the tide for me, because I just didn't factor in how many attacks I was going to have to weather from this 50-plus unit friggin' guys, you know? So, with that all said and done, we go into top 3 after movement, and thank you, Baby Zinch. I got Lady Elizabeth to not be stupid. She charges the Halberdier unit. She is now fully in their flank. They did reform, so they get more guys into combat, and Lady Elizabeth was able to, when she stumbled forward with the stupidity, she was able to get a hold of the flank. She was completely in their flank, that unit was, so that's huge. Meanwhile, the Forsaken and the Beast slam into the flank of the Greatswords that reformed after the last combat. So it's all flank all day, which is glorious. And other than that, everything I have is deader in combat, so there's no other movement. Here's a better picture of my Forsaken and my Beast slamming into the Greatswords, and I'm hoping that helps get rid of them even faster. And there's a better picture of Lady Elizabeth slamming into the Halberdier unit, and I'm hoping that that helps get rid of them even faster. During the magic phase, I'm able to get glittering robes off on my Forsaken, and that was just more of a points denial thing. The less Forsaken he can kill, the less chances is he's going to get the points for that unit. Plus, I like glittering robes. Then we go into combat, and it's a decent combat. I don't get that many attacks with the Forsaken because not that many are in base to base, unfortunately. But the Beast is able to finish off the BSB. I think he is anyway. I'm pretty sure the BSB is dead here. So that's a good thing. Meanwhile, the Forsaken get like armor piercing or whatever, which is fine. Some more Greatswords die. But hey, look, there's still some alive, so they end up not breaking because they're stubborn 8 or whatever it is, and they make it. So, what can you do? And then over here in combat, as you can see, it's brutal. It's actually almost criminal what happens in combat over here. His general, I believe, refuses the challenge. I'm not 100%, or he's still in challenge unit champion, something like that. But Lady Elizabeth and her knights, plus all the Corn Warriors, I guess it just kind of bolstered them, and they were super thrilled that that happened, and they murdered these Halberdier guys. I think like almost 20 of them die. It's just so glorious. It brings a tear to my eye. So much ass whooping. I knocked them down low enough that, yeah, they're still steadfast, but they're way out of range of the BSB. If the BSB isn't dead, I can't remember. I'm sorry, it's been a long time. But the unit takes a break check, and it fails its break check. Gets run down by the Corn Warriors. Lady Elizabeth's unit does not bother to pursue. She just turns to face the Spearman unit. Meanwhile, my Corn Warriors are able to run them down, the Halberdier unit, no problem. We get all those juicy, juicy, juicy points, and we go over to this combat over here, which is more of a thumb wrestling contest with some butterfly kisses in the end, because why not? So yeah, nothing happens here. I'm not able to put any more damage to him because he's making his armor saves, and I'm rolling kind of low for hits and wounds. So it is what it is. What can you do? So with all those highs and lows, we go to bottom of 3 after movement, and there's not a whole lot. The Luminarch and the other thing, the Hurricanum, move out of the way so that the Corn Warriors can't charge them. The Spearmen stay right where they're at because yes. Other than that, everything that he has in combat or is, dead. Although during his movement phase, he generates some steam points with his steam tank, and he's able to slip 2 wounds through on Catastrophe, which really sucks. Yep, then we go into combat over here. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't go into combat yet. I'm sorry, I jumped past this slide. There's a better picture of... well, no, we do go into combat. There's a better picture right there of, what's his face, Catastrophe, putting another wound through on the steam tank, and then, as you can see, Catastrophe is carrying 2 wounds from when that damn steam tank ground him last round, or during the movement phase anyway, so that really sucks. And then over here in combat, more Greatswords die. His BSB, if he wasn't dead already, is very dead now. My Forsaken actually get Killing Blow during this round, which was really useful, very, very helpful. Completely negated their armor save, and, well, you know, when I did Killing Blow anyway. And needless to say, the Beast really took it to him. The Demon Prince really took it to him. There are some left. I am kind of flubbing a little bit here. I'm not rolling out of the box in this combat, but it's going my way. I don't lose anything for my trouble, all those things for free, but they're still stubborn and they still don't break. So what can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can go to top of 4 after movement. And as you can see, my knights aren't as shy as his spearmen, and they go charging into there. My corn warriors turn to face the Luminarch and the Hurricanum, and everything else is already in combat or dead. There's a better picture of Lady Elizabeth and her knights slamming into the spearman unit, which is just going to be fun. During the match phase, I get glittering robes off on the Forsaken again because it was so much fun the first time, I figured I'd do it again. And then we go into combat, and we kill every last one of those mother effing greatsword guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I do end up losing one Forsaken because they always strike. They end up getting slug brains again, so they always strike last. One Forsaken eats it. Other than that, every single greatsword that was alive dies, and all my guys reform to kind of face, because, there was nothing to pursue, so the Forsaken didn't have to go after him. And so, yeah, everything just kind of turns to face where the combat's at, see if they can maybe get in and help out during this fight before the game's over. During combat over here, it's very, very lackluster. I flub pretty bad. I do kill some of the spearmen. I think I kill like 5, maybe? Not a whole lot. It's actually very bad. However, he still loses this combat. He's very, very steadfast, but as you can see, those 2 6s, that's what he rolled for his break check. His BSB is dead. There is no reroll for that. And the Spearman unit gets run down, and Lady Elizabeth and her knights slam into the Hurricanum and the Luminarch, which are basically lined up perfectly against each other. It couldn't have gone any better or any luckier for me on that one, that he rolled 12 for his break check, and then he rolled like a 3 to flee. So they get caught, they get run down, and my knights end up into both of his chariots at the end of the turn, which is fantastic. And then over here in combat, to just keep the good times rolling, Catastrophe has found the sweet spot and put 2 more wounds through on the steam tank, bringing it down to 6, which really makes me feel that there's a possibility that I can kill this damn thing before the game is over. So we go to bottom of 4 after movement, and as you can see, there's really none because everything's already in combat. So yeah, what can you do? We do this combat over here because he's got nothing else. We do this combat, and I think Lady Elizabeth puts like 3 wounds on the Hurricanum. The other knight puts like 1 through, so if it's not dead, it's almost dead. The other 3 knights put a couple of wounds on the Luminarch. I think they're both still there. I don't think I destroy either because I vaguely remember him taking break checks for both of them and not getting what he needs. They both break. They won the Hurricanum, I think, fled 5 inches, and the Luminarch fled like 6. My knights ended up pursuing 9 inches or something like that, so I run them both down, and after that happens, my opponent concedes the game. And other than the Luminarch and the Hurricanum being there, he concedes the game at this point, and that's it. There's the end of the game. Couldn't really fault him for that one, because after those things got ran down, all he had left was the steam tank, which I was just going to fly over there, try to give what's-his-face, Catastrophe, the Enchanted Blades, if I had that spell, and then either Plague of Rust or Transmutation of Lead on the steam tank until it died. And that would have probably been able to be done in 2-3 rounds of combat, so it is what it is. I can't fault the guy for conceding at this point because it was over. The steam tank was just going to trudge along. Maybe he would have got Catastrophe, maybe not, but yeah, We'll never know because he surrendered, and that counts as everything dead in our little gaming group. But you know what? We'll get to the recap in 1 second because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Token time, everybody. Tokens. Check them out. All the tokens you could need for anything that you could possibly play. Warhammer 40k, Infinity, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. Infinity, Malifaux, whatever you need tokens for, Token Gal can make the tokens. They're dirt cheap, guys. No more than $8 for a set, but they're solid gold quality. I mean, these are glass beads. They magnify the picture and the words. You've got wound counters. You've got status effects. You've got spell effects. +1 toughness, -1 strength. You know, whatever you need. It's got all. She's got all the magic lores. She's got everything you need for any system that you play. She's got a email address you can send and be like, hey, I'm looking for this. And now she has a website. It's there at the bottom. I'm not going to bother reading it off because if you can't read, what the hell are you doing on the internet? Just seriously, though, check her out. Check out her website. Order yourself some tokens. It's totally worth it. You won't regret it. Hey guys, I know I've already talked to you about this before, but you should really check these pictures out because they were all painted, including my model, by Unleashed Wargaming. And they have their email right up there at the top of the page, and they've also got it down there. They got a YouTube channel. He's working on a website. It's not quite ready yet, but yeah, really, if you get a chance, check these guys out. If you're looking for someone to paint your stuff real good, seriously, check these guys out. Go to his, send him an email, check out his YouTube page. It's really worth your time. It's a phenomenal job. It's quick, it's painless. You don't have to worry about painting your stuff. And soon I'll be running a model that these guys painted for me, and I'm very excited about that. But check out these pictures. Give this guy an email. Check him out on YouTube. Get your models painted by him if you can. It's totally worth it. And tell him Tremendous sent you. Yeah, I want to let you guys know about a new opportunity for you. It's called the Redstone Rumble. It's a major fantasy 40K Flames of War and War Machine event. It's in October 4th and 5th in Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm not going to be able to attend because I'm in the military and I'll be elsewhere during that time. Not for a long time, just unfortunately that particular week I'll be out of town, so I can't go. But my loss is your gain because my admission fee had been paid. So rather than let that go to waste, with the TOs and the event organizers for the Redstone Rumble, we have decided to do a giveaway. You want to go to the Redstone Rumble? Are you available to go October 4th and 5th? Do you want to play Fantasy at 2,500 points? A 40K tournament at 2,000 points? Flames of War or War Machine? Whatever the heck you want to play? You can have my ticket. The way we're doing a little bit of a giveaway. So basically, in order for you to win this free admission, and there'll only be one winner, I need you to come up with a great name for any unit I field, except for Lady Elizabeth or Lord Tremendous. They're going to keep their names. But if you wanted to name my Exalted Hero or one of my units of warriors or my Forsaken or my dogs, even the Beast, if you want to name the Beast, go for it. But the trick is you got to impress me. I mean, it's the free admission pass that I'm giving you, so impress me. Earn it. I know, kind of a foreign concept, but no. Earn it. Rename, just put it in the comments section. This will be going on for a little while yet because, you know, it's out there for a little while, so everybody's going to get the opportunity to participate. But by all means, if you are available to go to the Redstone Rumble, October 4th and 5th in Huntsville, Alabama, and you want to get in for free, and you have a little bit of cleverness in you, or somebody you know is clever, rename one of my units. Put it in the comments section below. Just mark it, hey, here's my entry, this is the unit, this is what I think they should be named. The one that wows me, the one that makes me go, oh, I like that, is the one I'm going to choose, and you will get free admission to this event, the Redstone Rumble. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or whatever like that, just go ahead and go over to www.redstonerumble.com. Check them out. You can get their contact info and stuff like that. They'd be thrilled to talk to you, I'm sure. Answer all your questions. Really cool guys. Real big in the Warhammer scene. But yeah, guys, this is your opportunity. Not only name one of Lord Tremendous's units, but to also get yourself a free ticket to a major event. It's worth it. Do it. But yeah, if you guys couldn't put two and two together, as you can see, it was a victory for Lord Tremendous. My opponent surrendered at the bottom of 4. In the end, the only thing that I lost were my Warhounds. Everything else was alive. Bloody, but alive. So, hey, I'll take it. Empire ended up losing everything. I know he still technically had his steam tank alive at the end of the game, but the way we play it is if you surrender or concede the game, everything just spontaneously combusts and dies. So he lost everything. I got to be honest with you, I was very happy with the way my army synergized. Everything really came together perfectly in this game, and if I could just play every game like this, I'd have a lot of luck. So I was happy. It shows that my list is solid. It shows that my list is ready for the Rock Wars GT. I'm excited about that. I know it's not until September, but I'm still really looking forward to it, and it should be great. It should be great. I'm hoping to give my opponents some real good games, have some real solid games, some real close games, but in the end, I am a greedy narcissist, and I would love to walk away, in the top 5. I'd be surprised if that actually happened, but you guys know. You understand. Final Transmutation is probably my favorite spell in all of Warhammer. Just so you know, unless it's being cast on me, then it's not really my favorite. But I really enjoy that spell, and I'm going to use Laura Metal up as much as I can until they take it away from me in 9th edition. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm very, very in love with that spell. So you'll expect to see me try to cast it in at least every single game I play from now on. Those halberdiers were really holding their own against my Khorne warriors, which both bothers me and humbles me a little bit. Halberdiers, granted, there was 50 of them to my 18, but yeah, the fact that they were actually looking like they were going to take the Khorne warriors out before Lady Elizabeth's team came in there and did some work really kind of bothered me. I won't lie to you. But maybe next time I'll ignore the greatswords a little bit and go after the halberdiers with my unit destroyer spells like Final Transmutation or whatever. But all in all, it was a very fun game, and I'm looking forward to the next time I get to practice against it. Also, real quick, I know I've already done the little ad for it, but just so everybody knows, the winner of the Redstone Rumble competition or contest, whatever you want to say, will be declared at the end of Battle Report 129, so get your submissions in now. Even if you can't go to the Redstone Rumble, I would appreciate if you said something like that. Hey, I can't go, but here's a submission anyway. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my favorite, and he or she, I apologize, will be the winner. And if he or she can't go to the Redstone Rumble, it will be ranked in order, and it'll go to the next guy, next guy, next guy, until somebody can accept the prize, and that'll be that. So please get your submissions in before Battle Report 129, because as soon as I start working on Battle Report 129, which I should be working on the next couple of days after this one is posted, that'll pretty much be it, because I'll know who the winner is probably days before you do. In fact, I'm positive I will, unless you've hacked my computer, which I really would appreciate if you didn't do. But as always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comments section below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. But, yep, thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for not cursing me out on YouTube for not getting a battle report up in weeks. I apologize. I'll try not to feed my computer any more sodas in the near future. But as always, guys, thanks.